Hey, it's Kendra and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I did these arched bookshelves for my office, so let's get right into it. So I wanted these shelves to be a little bit up off the ground, so I did this little base. I just made that out of 2x4s, and then I'm also doing little pieces of 2x4s between each shelf because I wanted it to be pretty solid and have everything kind of be stuck together. And I did do 5 bookshelves in total. And I nailed it to one shelf first, then I stacked the other one, well, Alex brought it over, then I put the other one and nailed it on the other side. For the arches, I'm using hardboard because I don't need it to be super structurally sound since it is mostly just for aesthetics. So I found that this hardboard was the perfect material. It was super easy to cut with my little jigsaw. And then it was super easy to nail up. And to nail it up, I measured the distance of the width of the bookshelf on the ceiling, and I put a little piece of 2x4, screw that into the ceiling so I could nail the hardboard to that on the top. So over time it didn't like start to tip forward or anything. So I nailed it to the bookshelf and then the 2 pieces in each corner at the top. I didn't record this part, but I did also cut strips of the hardboard to fill the gaps between each shelf and nailed that to the bookshelf. So that was really easy, just measured the width and nailed it up. And then I'm using caulk to fill in the gaps between all of the hardboard to make sure that it looks nice and smooth. I did not end up liking this caulk. I don't know, it just didn't dry very well, so I actually ended up using some plastic wood that I just found at Walmart, and I really recommend just using this from the start and not waste your time on caulk. I did get a silicone-based one, so that was definitely my first mistake. So I really loved this plastic wood though. I put that on, let it dry, and then I sanded it down, and then I went ahead and primed everything. After everything was primed really well, I put some trim on the top, bottom, and between each bookshelf. I don't know, the gaps were just bugging me, so I decided to do some trim just to really finish it off. And then I used some caulk, not silicone based this time, to put between the trim and the hardboard so everything looked nice and seamless. And after all the trim was up, I painted it with just some white paint. I didn't worry about primer for the wood, which, I don't know, maybe it would have been faster with one coat of primer, but just went straight in with some white paint, did a couple of coats. I used a small paintbrush for the edges because I didn't want to get my pink walls white. But yeah, here's how it turned out with everything white. It looks so nice, so seamless. I love that I put the trim up, and I really loved how clean and crisp it looked. And then for the part that I was most excited for, actually putting my books onto the bookshelf. Unfortunately, I still have a lot of books at my parents' house from college and then being in an apartment for a few years afterwards, so I will be going and picking up the rest of my books in the next few months, so maybe I'll do a video on that. But I also wanted to have room for crafting supplies on my bookshelves, so I have a lot of containers and jars and everything for all of my supplies and pens and paintbrushes. And I still have plenty of room for all of that stuff and even more books, which is the best part. So very excited about that. And here's how they're looking now. I love how they ended up. My office just really feels complete now. So thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments down below if you like the shelves as well. But I'll see you in the next one. Bye.